Hello, Mark Crossfield here, talking to you today about my chipping. It's a bit of a chipping update really. My chipping is going through kind of trials and tribulations. I've had some ideas around some measured facts that I've captured, which we're going to present to you here using my MindSwing Golf, which is motion capture for my body and a little bit on the club as well. We're going to look at my wrist angles and what I've been doing with my chips, and now what I'm trying to do, and I've actually got some decent news to report where I feel like my chipping is moving in the right direction. Let's share with you what I've learned. It's been very interesting for me. Hopefully it can help a few of you out there. Let's get stuck in. So let's look at some of the captured data I've got from a better chipping feeling, chipping action, which is working quite well for me at the minute, to my original one, which was definitely faltering and letting me down. So let's show you some of the measured data I've got from my two swings. The bottom swing on here is my original kind of flinchier chip shot, where the one on the top is the one I'm having a little bit more success with. Now I'm going to show you some graphs, and I'm going to clear up what they really mean outside as well by showing you what I feel to create these actions. Biggest kind of lines to look on the graph is the violence of the upper curve as you come towards the second red line here. So the pink line coming towards the second red line. Look how fast it moves up, and then also the ulnar deviation line as well. Look how it spikes compared to the top line where we get these more natural curves. So what I was finding I was doing is I was heavily flattening my wrist on the backswing. So as I move into my backswing on the two shots here, extension now 15 degrees on the back of my left hand to 4 degrees on my flinchier chip, and then as I started my flinchier chip, it really did want to stay down there at 3. It actually increased, it got down to 3, flattening in my left wrist as my left arm was pronated. Where now on the top swing, what you can see is I'm keeping a lot more extension, kind of constant, if you like, 15 degrees there at that first parallel on the top swing. So I feel basically like I'm rotating my arms a lot less in my swing, is the feeling. Certainly my left arm feels like I'm keeping it rotating with my body a bit more. Also what happens as well is I now feel a lot more that I'm turning from my body, while at the same time using less flattening of the wrist, less rolling of the arms, and it allows me to seem to get the club delivered to a more consistent spot. Let's go outside and show you exactly what these graphs mean to me. So what the graphs were showing me was that I would basically have quite a weak left hand, which I knew, I kind of felt that, so I would feel that my left hand was a little bit weak. And then as I go back, I was flattening my left hand more. I was also twisting my left arm, so moving it this way, pronating it a lot. Coming down on the, so as soon as I pull down on the downswing, I'd flatten that wrist more and move my club, almost drop it back behind me, so I would kind of go there, almost like a full swing, so trying to lay the shaft down. And then as I get near impact, it was kind of spike in the graph as I tried to recover everything back for an impact, back for a strike, which I obviously wasn't achieving enough. So what I do now is I'm making swings where I feel like my left arm, I keep the extension in my hand so I don't flatten that hand off, and I feel like I'm rotating my body, and as I do that, my arm is just rotating naturally with it. I'm not adding any extra rotation in. So the thing that's really helping me, I set myself up to a shot, I hover the club up here, rotate my body, fill up my arm and what have you, very neutral. If anything, I feel like a little bit of extension, a flick forward down at the bottom, make sure I almost feel like I'm using the back of that bounce, and then straight in to hit a chip shot. It's helping my strike massively. The practice swing to then instantly hit makes me feel like the shot's all coming from much more of a turn of my body, and I'm not actually changing any of the angles in my arms, and I'm certainly not having to change and have this massive kind of recovery feeling down at the bottom, which in all intents and purposes was the flinch. It's really helped me, and hopefully you'll see in some of the France vlogs, even though my chipping isn't great, I hit a few quite confident chips, and I'm hoping that with some of the measured facts, measured data, I can start to improve my chipping, get it back to where I know it can be. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Periscope, all the normal social places. Also, come and visit my new website, markcrossfieldgolf.com. See you over there.